Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our quick publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC, on a Wednesday on which Liverpool play a football match. A nice break from all the ownership stuff, a nice break from transfer speculation, a nice break from finding out that this player and that player aren't going to the World Cup. Liverpool play a football match tonight. They play Derby County at home in the EFL Cup. It's likely that this will be a heavily changed team. We had Pep Lijnders doing the press conference yesterday, answering questions on the ownership and the takeover and whatever else. And of course, anytime Lijnders speaks, it leads to contrasting views among fans. I saw some fans say that they love listening to him and that they hope he's the man to replace Jurgen Klopp. I saw others asking how it is that anybody could listen to him talk and hoping that he never gets anywhere near the job. I don't remember an assistant manager who has had such a profile. I really don't. Like, even when, Brian Kidd and Carlos Queiroz and Steve McLaren were working under Ferguson, or when Arteta was working under Guardiola, they didn't have the type of profile that Lijnders has. He's writing books and giving press conferences and whatever else. And to be honest, I'd rather hear less of him, but that's just me. Ahead of tonight's game, I don't want to talk about the ownership thing today, so let's just look at tonight's game. This is Anfield have put together their usual 10 things. First game with Liverpool for sale. Moving on. What did Lijnders have to say about the news? Moving on. Liverpool looking to retain the League Cup. My own personal feeling and hope would be that we don't look to retain the League Cup. Now, I'm happy enough to win tonight because you don't want to be losing to Derby. They're a League One team. And this is a great opportunity for a bunch of young players to get a run out. Expect wholesale changes. Caoimhín Kelleher, Calvin Ramsey, Joe Gomez, Nat Phillips, Curtis Jones, Fabio Carvalho and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain all in line to start. James Milner is out as he's still in concussion protocols. Naby Keita and Joel Matip back soon-ish. Luis Diaz is back running, back training outside, and should be okay to take part in Liverpool's training camp in Dubai during the World Cup. There will be young players involved. Bobby Clark and Stefan Bajcetic seem to be the two that are most likely to be given minutes tonight, maybe even given starts. There's a predicted team here of Kelleher, Ramsey, Phillips, Gomez, Tsimikas, Bajcetic, Jones, Carvalho, Elliott, Clark, Oxlade-Chamberlain. If that is the team, Oxlade-Chamberlain should be in midfield and Carvalho should be in the front three. What to expect from Derby? Not a whole lot, I would say. They're currently 7th in League One and they've already been disappointing in the FA Cup. They drew 2-2 with Torquay at the weekend and will have to play a replay for that. Did you know 80 players have been used in 24 League Cup games under Jurgen Klopp? Thiago, Calvin Ramsey, Darwin Núñez, Fabio Carvalho, Bobby Clark, and Stefan Bastic are among those who haven't been used. There is, I would imagine, more chance of me playing tonight than there is of Thiago seeing the pitch. But it wouldn't surprise me if Darwin got 15 minutes. The Reds have not won in normal time at Anfield in the last 6 League Cup games since a 2-0 win over Leeds in November 2016. Liverpool last lost in this round of the competition in 2018, beaten 2-1 by Chelsea. Normally they get knocked out in the round after. Tony Harrington will be the referee. He's previously refereed Liverpool once when they beat Lincoln 7-2. He has refereed 6 Premier League games so far this season, including the Leeds-Bournemouth game at the weekend, which was nuts. And this match will not be televised in the UK, so you will have to go and find yourself a stream. Also on This Is Anfield, there's 2 other potential lineups. There's a piece about Basetic, piece about Linders talking about the ownership. There's a piece about Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is going to miss the World Cup. Sadio Mane is going to miss the World Cup. And you can feel nothing but sympathy for Sadio because he almost single-handedly dragged Senegal to the World Cup. He almost single-handedly won them the AFCON, and for him to miss out is absolutely cruel. He was injured on Tuesday night, last night, playing for Bayern. Got injured after 20 minutes, a knee injury, and is set to be out for several weeks. Now, I do wonder if they'll bring him anyway and hope that maybe he can recover for the knockout rounds, but can they get through the group without him? I don't think they can. I'm not sure they would have gotten through the group even with Sadio. I don't know if they can get through without him. Let's have a gander. What is there? I mean, maybe. See, I fancy Netherlands and Ecuador to come out of that group anyway. Senegal start with the Netherlands, then they play Qatar, and then it's Ecuador in the final game, which is 3 weeks away, basically. I wonder if there's a chance he could be fit for that game. And if not that game, maybe the knockout rounds, which start the 3rd of December and run through to the they would play on the 3rd or 4th of December. I think they should bring him anyway if he's willing to go, because you've got 26 places in the squad. Giving one to Sadio is not going to change much. Anyway, that's a big shame though, because he really deserved this World Cup given what he'd done for that national team. Darwin Núñez is about to give Jurgen Klopp new weapon as 3 Luis Diaz moments proof. I don't even know where to begin with that. Jerry Cardinal and Redbird takeover comments resurface amid FSG move, but Liverpool issue clear. One part of John Henry's Super League apology now speaks volumes as FSG truth clear at Liverpool. 4 things definitely happened to Jurgen Klopp if Liverpool sold as Pep Guardiola debate over. There's just not a whole lot here. We had Mike Keegan in the Daily Mail, the man that broke the Erling Haaland to Manchester City story. We had him come out last night and say that sources with knowledge of the situation believe that Jude Bellingham is going to go to Manchester City. And obviously that will lead to certain meltdowns among the Liverpool fan base, but it really shouldn't, because we can use that money and end up being better. If Jude is going to cost 125 million, as is the suggestion, I think you can get Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez for probably 135. Say 60 for Caicedo and about 75 for Enzo. And as a unit, they're better than Jude Bellingham and any £10 million midfielder that you're going to find, or any free midfielder that you're going to find. Enzo Fernandez is a better player than Jude Bellingham right now on his own. And Caicedo is unbelievably good. So I wouldn't really be panicking if we don't get Jude, to be honest. I think we can end up better off. FSG must face 2.7 billion transfer truth. This is all drivel. Let's move on. AnfieldIndex.com. There is a preview of tonight's EFL Cup match. There is a piece on Ibu Kanate, the present and future of Liverpool's defence, written by Henry Jackson. Lessons learned in Liverpool's victory over Spurs. This was put together by David Davis. Brazil World Cup squad and Bobby missing out. That was put together by Ed Kush. Podcast-wise, I mentioned yesterday there's 2 specials on the potential sale. One is a Money Talks with Mo Chatra and Trev Downey. The other is a Pro Plus with Gags, Harinder and Justin Wells. There is Minefield, which for me is just the best podcast going. I just think it's so unique. The lads are so knowledgeable in what they're talking about. And it always hits right, every single time. And there is a new Under Pressure, although I noticed one of the taglines is 4-3-3 is back. We didn't play 4-3-3 at the weekend. We just didn't. We played a diamond with the ball, and we played a 4-4-2 without the ball. So, no. But I'm sure the pod will be very good aside from that. Anyway, that's me for today. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.